Hi there, been a long time. Welcome back to the track. I'm a bit excited, and I've neglected my track for a while because I've now got the KITT Knight Rider car, and I've neglected the track a bit, so I've had to do a bit of extensive cleaning to get it all working. But it should all be good now. I've just been testing it out. So where's my camera? There's my camera. Been looking at the wrong bit. So back at the Arundel Raceway, and yeah, someone asked on the previous video how big my track is. Simple answer, I don't know. I did count the pieces and I've forgotten, I've written it down. I think it was something like 39 pieces of track, maybe more. I don't actually know what that transfers to in meters, so I'm sorry I can't help you there, but I will one day measure it up and work it all out. Power issues, well, all I do know is I use a 6-car power base. When I had just the analog one, there was plenty of power for the whole length of this track. I don't know why, maybe you just get more power, and that was even just one plug as well that did it. But I like to use the digital, so I've got the 6-car power base there, and I did have issues with power when I first put it up at this size, basically around the halfway point, which is over there for the rest of the track, and then it picked up again near the end here. So I bought booster cables because someone told me that the actual lane changeovers and the pit lane bits use a lot of power all the time. So I was advised to have a booster cable to go from the power base area, or as close to it, to every single one of these. I haven't done that. I simply run a cable, you can see it here, along here, and then it connects up to the track under there, which is roughly the halfway point, and I've got no power issues now. So that seems to be adequate, although I do like the idea of attaching one to the crossover up there at some point, because that is quite far away from the front end. But anyway, I thought I'd show you my Knight Rider, which arrived this morning. As I said, I've been cleaning the track a bit today with my son as well, because he makes a mess, but it is a beautiful car. Some of the guys on forums and things have had some issues with this car when it's arrived, so please be aware of that. If you do buy one, do check it out. Check out the case, make sure it's all good, check out there's no blemishes on the car, check the wheels are straight and in place, and test it. So mine has picked up quite a bit of fluff, because my only defect, I don't really call it a defect, is there was quite a bit of sort of what's the word, oil, or I can't think of the word for it, lubricant on this, which has gone on all the back here. So when it got lubed up, it's obviously spilled there, which immediately then attracted quite a lot of dirt from my track, which is unfortunately quite a dirty track anyway, hence why I don't use silicone tires. Check the car, just make sure it is absolutely awesome if it is in good condition. Luckily mine is so far, and I've tested it quite a bit today now, and I've had no issues, because I've had a couple of people end up having it smoking or some sort of issue with the wiring inside. I've not had any of that. If you don't get any of that, I mean, these things are made in the Far East now, and with all the issues that have been going on in the last couple of years, I'm sure they're making as much money for as little effort as possible, with all the issues they've had, well, the whole world's had. So unfortunately production quality probably has gone down a bit as they speed to get as much money as they can in manufacturing, so there's going to be a few more duds than usual, I would have thought. But Hornby are normally pretty good and get straight on that if you let them know. What I like about this car is not only does it look great, I mean, I'm an 80s child, so Knight Rider was very much a fan favourite. It is a lovely gloss finish. I put this LSL K that I've got here, which is one of my other ones, but you can see the difference. This one is slightly more faded. I don't know whether that happens over time naturally, but this is a brilliant glossy finish, exactly how you remember the car. The details are excellent, and it drives really nicely as well. You can see there's all the details on the inside there. I just think it's great, and I have noticed as well, the more you run it, when you stop, it obviously saves up a bit of charge in there somehow. When you stop driving, the oscillating, probably the wrong word, LED in the red keeps going for some time after you stop driving it, depending on how long you drive it. So you only do one lap, it carries on for a couple of seconds. I did it for quite a few laps earlier, and I stopped the car and I sat down and looking at it, and it's still going backwards and forwards. So I'm going to try and recreate that in a minute now. But yeah, it's a beautiful car. I'm really pleased with it, and as long as I don't have any issues with the engine and the wiring, I'm really pleased, although it has been a long old wait. Right, I'm going to try and run this car for a bit and see if I can show you what I meant. It's very hard to record and drive a car relatively fast without risking damaging the car. Obviously, this is one car I do not want to accidentally crash, as A, I've only just got it, and B, it is beautiful. Although the bonus is that it isn't a limited edition car, so it's not like, I think they're planning on keeping it in stocks for quite a while, which is good. I'm going to stop it in a second, see if I can see. So I've stopped it and it's still going. That's at least 6 seconds now. Yeah, so that's about 8 seconds, I reckon, that was running for, which is pretty cool.